Israelites were worried that Samuel is now too old to rule the nation.
Give us a king like all the other nations.
Samuel then asked God about the answers for them.
Lord, do whatever you want.
Then the Lord replied, "They are demanding a king not because you are old, but because they want to reject me as a king. They have rejected me from time to time ever since I saved them from Egypt. So just let them have a king, but the king will rule over them."
Samuel poured oil over Saul's head. Then he said,
"You are now anointed as a king of Israel because God has chosen you to rule over Israel." He kissed Saul and said, "I am doing this because the Lord has appointed you to be the ruler over Israel, his special possession." 1 Samuel 10:1. Saul and his people were requested to kill the Amalekites because they have rejected God. However, Saul saved Agag and his goods. Saul and Samuel met. Then Samuel said, "Why have you rejected the Lord's command?"
I haven't. I killed all the Amalekites.
"No, you didn't. The Lord has told me to reject you from being king."
I repent. I did sin. I have obeyed the voice of the people and not the voice of the Lord.
"You have rejected his words, so you are no longer the king of Israel." And Samuel said to Saul, "I will now return with you, for you have rejected the word of the Lord, and the Lord has rejected you from being king over Israel." 1 Samuel 15:26.
The Lord told Samuel that there is going to be a new king in Jesse's son. So Samuel went their homes to anoint a new king.
"Show me your sons. There is one who will be the king of Israel."
Then Jesse showed all his sons, except David.
"It's nor you nor you. Are they all?"
The youngest is outside, taking care of his sheep.
"Bring him."
Then David came. When he came, the Lord said,
"He is the one. Anoint him."
So Samuel took the horn of oil and anointed him in the presence of his brothers. And from that day on, the Spirit of the Lord came powerfully upon David. 1 Samuel 16:13.
The evil spirit was tormenting Saul because the Lord's Spirit left him. One of his officials came to him and said,
"Why don't you find a man who plays the lyre well? I heard the sound will make the evil spirit leave."
"Then please find a man who is good at playing lyre."
"I heard David, who is Jesse's son, is really good at playing."
"Bring him." Then David came and played lyre for him. Surprisingly, the evil spirit left him, so Saul requested Jesse to leave him in his house. Whenever God's Spirit came to Saul, David took the lyre and strummed a tune. Saul got relief from his terror and felt better, and the evil spirit left him. 1 Samuel 16:23.
Now the Israelites and the Philistines gathered to fight. Goliath, a leader of the Philistines, came out and said,
"There's going to be no one who can fight with me."
No one in the Israelite group could volunteer to fight him. However, David, a man who had great faith, came out and said, "I'm going to kill you." Then David picked up a rock and threw it to him. Surprisingly, Goliath died when it hit him, and everyone was surprised and believed that he's God's blessed man.
When Saul and David returned from the Philistine, people cheered more for David than for Saul.
Maybe David's gonna take my place.
The next day, when David was playing lyre, Saul threw a spear to him, but he avoided it twice. Then Saul was afraid because he realized that the Lord is with him. After this, he continuously saw David in every success. 1 Samuel 18:8. And Saul was very angry, and this saying displeased him. He said, "They have ascribed to David 10,000, and to me they have ascribed 1,000, and what more can he have but the kingdom?"
Jonathan realized that Saul is trying to kill David, so they had a conversation.
"Why are you trying to kill an innocent man?"
Okay, I won't attack him anymore. When they had their conversation, he told David all about it. However, Saul kept trying to kill him. One day, he sent his people to David's house to kill him. Yet David already ran away, and he put a dog with goat's hair to fake. Who are you finding?
"We're finding David. Show him to us.
He's sick.
We're gonna kill him."
However, obviously there was nothing except a doll on the bed. Why did you deceive me? Because you were trying to kill my husband. David flew to Samuel in Ramah. The people of Saul and Saul tried to catch him, but they couldn't.
When Saul and his people were sleeping in a cave, David and his followers found him. "You should kill him right now." However, David did not kill him, and he only cut off his robe. The next day, David shouted to Saul and said, "Listen, I did not kill you even though I had a chance. I cut off your robe, but I did not kill you because you're the God's anointed king. Why then are you keep trying to kill me?"
Oh, are you David? You are such a righteous man. Surely you will be the next king of Israel.
In Hachilah, David had another chance to kill Saul, so he and his people went to his cave. "Do I kill him now?" "No, don't kill him. Just get his spear and water." The next day, David shouted out to Saul, "Saul, I had another chance to kill you, but I did not, because you're God's anointed one. God will punish anyone who does unrighteous things, so stop trying to kill me."
You saved my life again. I won't do this again. That was my mistake. Jonathan and Saul went out to war against the Philistines, and they died in the battle. David later asked people how they died, and they explained to him. David tore his clothes in grief and wept for them. He then made a song for the dead, signifying the lamentation on them. Where should I go, Lord?
"Go to Hebron." David went there with his 2 wives. When he arrived, he anointed the king of Judah.
You are the honorable man, because you have shown loyalty and love for the Lord's anointed one.
And the men of Judah came, and they anointed David king over the house of Judah. 2 Samuel 2:4.
Abner, the commander of Saul, told Ishbosheth to make him rule over Gilead. He ruled for 2 years, and David ruled Hebron for 7 years. Abner and Ishbosheth went out to battle to Gibeon. Then, out of 3 sons of Zeruiah, Joab, Abishai, and Asahel. Asahel fought with Abner, and Asahel died.
"We're not gonna fight anymore. We're gonna stop here."
People buried Asahel and Joab, and his men marched the whole day, and Abner and his men went to Mahanaim.
Saul's house and David's house were in fight, while many children were born in Hebron. Abner gained his power in Saul's house.
Why did you go to my father's concubine?
"I have shown my loyalty to Saul. I am against Judah." Rechab and Baanah killed Ishbosheth, and they went to tell this news to David. However, David was very angry at them because they killed an innocent man. So he gave the same punishment he gave to a man who killed Saul. They brought the head of Ishbosheth to David at Hebron and said to the king, "Here is the head of Ishbosheth, son of Saul, your enemy, who tried to kill you. This day the Lord has avenged my lord, the king, against Saul and his offspring." 2 Samuel 4:8.
David ruled over Israel for 33 years.
"You were the God's chosen king."
David lived in a city that was called the City of David. Then few people came to build his house, and many supported him. David took more wives from Jerusalem, and many sons and daughters were born to him.
One day, David saw a beautiful woman bathing. Who is her?
She's Bathsheba.
Get her. Then they slept, and Bathsheba got pregnant. David then wanted to make her as his wife. So he commanded his people to kill Uriah, Bathsheba's husband, in the battle. So he died, and Bathsheba became David's wife. Nathan came to David and told one story.
There was a rich man who owned 3 sheep and a poor man who only had 1 lamb. When a traveler came, the rich man took poor man's lamb and gave it to him.
That is so evil, that man should be killed.
The Lord says that rich man is you. The Lord has given you so much, but you killed Uriah and took his wife, Bathsheba. So you are going to get punishment from the Lord, because you have rejected the word of the Lord. All your children will die because of the sickness.
When Nathan left, his child from Bathsheba died in several days. David repented to the Lord, and he forgave him.
David comforted his wife Bathsheba, granted her, and bore a son named Solomon. And so he has 20 children. Absalom had won many hearts of the men in Israel.
Please let me go and bow to the Lord. Go.
Absalom went to Hebron and sent secret messengers throughout Israel, saying,
If you hear a trumpet, then say that I am the king of Hebron.
David fled to Jerusalem, and David followed Absalom. David commanded Joab, Abishai, and Ittai to go and fight. Absalom happened to meet David's servant, and in accident went under the oak. Joab was Absalom, and he died. Joab threw Absalom into a great pit in the forest.
There was again a battle between the Philistines and the Israelites. Ishbosheth, Shebahai, and Elhanan and a huge guy tried to kill David, but failed. All of them were descendants of Rapha, and they all died under David.
And David started to write psalms throughout his life, saying, Thank you for the Lord who helped him. You have searched me, Lord, and you know me. You know when I sit and when I rise. You perceive my thought from afar. You discern my going out and my lying down. You are familiar with all my ways. Psalm 139, verse 1 to 3.
The anger of the Lord burned against the Israelites. He said to David,
Go and take census in Israel and Judah.
David said to Joab,
Go to Israel and enroll the fighting men, because I need to know how many there are.
Why? David didn't answer, so Joab left. He then returned back to tell the amount of people. There were 800,000 in Israel and 500,000 in Judah.
Oh Lord, I have sinned greatly. What should I do?
David got up in the morning, and the Lord said to the prophet,
Tell David, I will give him 3 options to choose.
Gad went to David. 3 years famine in your land, 3 months of flame, or 3 days of plague in your land.
I am in great distress. Let us fall into the hand of the Lord, for his mercy is great. But let me not fall into the hand of man. 2 Samuel 24:14.
So the Lord sent plague to Israelites, and 70,000 died. Call Bathsheba to me.
She came.
Solomon your son will be the next king after me.
May my Lord King David live forever.
Call Nathan the prophet and Benaiah, Bathsheba, take them with you, and let Solomon ride on the mule. And when he arrived at Gihon, Nathan will anoint him.
When they arrived, Zodiac the priest took the horn of oil and anointed Solomon. People rejoiced greatly. I am about to go to the way of all the earth. Be strong and show yourself a man, and keep the charge of the Lord your God, walking in his ways, and keeping his statutes, his commandments, his rules, and his testimonies, as it is written in the law of Moses, that you may prosper in all that you do and wherever you turn, that the Lord may establish his word that he spoke concerning me, saying, If your sons pay close attention to their way, to walk before me in faithfulness with all their heart and with all their soul, you shall not lack a man on the throne of Israel. 1 Kings 2, verse 2-4.